Good late Sunday evening. I'm certified meteorologist Nick Kelly checking in on this Sunday, July 29th, I believe, yes, of 2018. Hard to believe we're close to the end of the month already, and this summer's just flying by so fast. First and foremost, though, for many of you, you wanted more rain chances after we had just a little bit of scattered activity throughout portions of your Saturday afternoon. But let me actually take you to the Skywatch Storm Tracker. That's what we had to deal with to start this morning out. Let me rewind the loop for you here. A good batch, a soaking batch of rain and thunderstorms. Thankfully, the storms, they were severe when they started out west. By the time they worked in here, we didn't have to worry about severe weather today. So for many of you, especially on the Kansas and Oklahoma side, the past 2 days have been nothing but a good drink of water for you all, with radar estimates showing a good portion of the Sunflower State, our corner at least, and the Sooner State picking up at least half an inch to an inch, maybe an inch and a half, close to 2 inches. A little bit of slim pickings for southwestern Missouri, but we do have at least some more rain chances before we start drying things out throughout the course of the week. This is what the morning rain did over Indigo Sky Casino throughout the course of the morning. Just let the parking lot and the grounds soaked, but after that, we had a pretty good afternoon with partly sunny skies across the entire area. Now it's looking pretty nice and quiet from 7th and Rangeline. Looking up north and the jaunt to the west from the east side of Joplin. 86 for an afternoon high today after starting at 68 degrees this morning. Officially at the rain gauge in Joplin, 43 hundredths of an inch. So we're trying our best to catch up, and we have a few more days worth of rain chances before Mother Nature's got to turn the spigot off as we head into the new month of August next week. This week, rather. 76 in Joplin at last check. Northeast breeze at about 6 miles per hour. Humidity, it's kind of high at 74%. Quick look at temperatures. Just before the 10 o'clock hour, from north to south, we had mid to upper 70s all across the area. The warmest spots, Fredonia, Independence, Parsons, Nowata, and right around the Joplin and Pittsburgh metro area. In general, though, it's a bit warm to start the late night out, but we will turn mild again with overnight lows eventually dropping off into the 60s. After we had a few random showers, maybe random storm around the Veda this afternoon, we've been sitting quiet for most of the afternoon, especially this evening. I do see more rain chances on the way, though, and like last night, we got to look to the west and northwest to find our next chance for at least some scattered rain and thunderstorms. You know how the storms, they look pretty intense as they formed out of Wyoming and Nebraska, and they're still trying to hold on to whatever strength they have as they work across the Kansas-Colorado line. This time around, though, we think the brunt of the severe weather, the severe activity, will kind of do this. They're going to dive south a little ways, and then they're going to make a jaunt to the southeast. So any severe, strong to severe storms tonight going into Monday morning is mainly going to be an issue, let's say, from about Tulsa, Oklahoma City down to Lawton. So pretty much central parts of Oklahoma, and then maybe parts of green country as you work in the northeastern Oklahoma. In general, though, as these storms continue to ride along the jet, as long as that jet's close to us, we may see some of those thunderstorms try and sneak in as we go through the nighttime, especially by the time Monday morning gets underway. Let's break down the future track. So doing a good job picking up on the storms out to the west right now. Fast forward to about 5 o'clock, you see what I mean by the storms going south and then taking a turn toward the east and southeast. So if we take this run at face value, the best shots for the strong to severe storms should be from about, let's say Copen, Bartlesville and Washington County, and then working south to Tulsa, Stillwater, Oklahoma City, down to almost Burke, Burnett, and Wichita Falls as you work in the northern parts of Texas at the tail end of Interstate 44. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if some of this activity tried to skirt some of our southeastern Kansas counties and especially northeastern Oklahoma. I think that's where the best shot for any thunderstorms late tonight going into Monday morning will be. And depending on how things unfold for the morning, we may see scattered storms going into Monday afternoon. But again, I'm not looking at anything severe. I just don't think we have the setup to worry about severe weather chances here. So at the very least, another day's worth of at least decent, if not reasonable, rain chances. Then that system in the upper level starts shifting off to the east and northeast. So what'll that do for the jet stream? Well, it's going to start heading back our way and eventually lifting north of here as this upper ridge out west begins to build back in once again. That will dry us out, and that will have to bring the summer heat back in here. But look at where we start for the week. 79 on Monday, 80 on Tuesday. That's pretty hard to come by for late July and even going into early August because we do start August this week. It doesn't last long, though. We're back into the mid to upper 80s Wednesday, and then back near 90 Thursday going into the coming weekend. So, before we see the heat work back in here, let's capitalize on any remaining rain chances that we have. We'll have at least some chances as we go into late tonight, closer to sunrise as we head into Monday morning. Otherwise, I'll call it partly cloudy with overnight lows dropping to 65. Let's fast forward through the day tomorrow. We're quiet once we get past the morning drive to work. Quiet by lunchtime with temperatures around 74. I think dropping peaks at 79. Again, that's amazing to say considering we should be in the lower 90s for highs as we begin to wrap up the month of July. Even though it's going to be a bit of a warm day, but certainly cooler than normal, don't be surprised if we see some scattered storms out there again. That could knock temperatures down a bit. Otherwise, most of us will be in the upper 70s and maybe some lower 80s for your Monday afternoon. Then the 7-day forecast, recapping the rest of the week ahead. 80 degrees on Tuesday. There is a slim chance that system's still nearby. It could be a stray shower Tuesday, but Tuesday's looking pretty dry with partly sunny skies overall. And not to mention, Tuesday morning, we could be starting in the upper 50s if conditions play out just right. 87 on Wednesday as we really warm back up. 89 Thursday, then back near 90 for the coming weekend. The weekend ahead of us, the first full weekend of August, doesn't look bad. But by the end of that weekend, we could be back to the summer norm where if it's hot enough and humid enough, we could see maybe a random storm or two going into next Sunday afternoon. Have a good night and have a great Monday.